בשם השם נעשה ונצליח. פרשת בהעלותך נתיבות שלום. על פי השם יכנו ועל פי השם יסעו. That this goes back on the pasuk that with the command of Hashem, all the Bnei Israel they settled, they made a tent and they stopped traveling during the 40 years journey in the desert of Sinai, and with the same commandment of Hashem, right, they started going throughout the different journeys that they had. So this Netivot Shalom is going to explain what this means really. וביום הרים את המשכן, כסהנן את המשכן, לאוהל העדות, ובערב יהיה על משכן כמראה אש, עד בוקר כן היה תמיד. So on the day that Mishkan was erected and was put together, then the Ananei HaKavod, the clouds of glory, came and surrounded the Mishkan. And at night, it would change itself to the clouds would go away and pillars of fire would replace it. And this was how this was the way during the 40 years. Al pi Hashem yechanu va al pi Hashem yisau. So based on this, whenever the cloud would come and surround the Mishkan, that was an indication that Bnei Israel, right, could continue traveling, and whenever that would be replaced with ash, that would be an indication to stop there and make a machane. Haya Torah Kedusha, Hine Torah Kedusha Haya Nischit. So we know that our Torah is forever. Umelamed leYehudi et derech Hashem, and it teaches us how Hashem wants us to act and what to learn, practical lessons in life. So the question is, what is the eternal lesson that we can learn from this way of traveling? So and what is the way of Hashem? What Hashem wants us to learn from this? And the answer, one of the answers is שיום הרימת המשכן מרמז על משכן הפרטי אוהל שכן באדם. That the Mishkan is really referring in a secret way to the Mishkan, to the place of dwelling which is in every individual, every Yehudi, right? That Hashem comes and settles in every Yehudi. As the pasuk says, "Va'asule mikdash, v'shachanti betocham," that make me a mikdash, holy place, that I settle in them. Betocho lo nema. It doesn't say that I should settle in it, but it says ela betocham, betoch kol echad ve'echad. In the plural language, comes to tell us that it's not one singular place. It's actually within all of us, all of the Yehudim. Hashem has a certain place in us that comes. There's certain holiness of Hashem that comes and settles in every Jew. Shehu sivui Hashem itbarach shekol Yehudi yagim be'asmo beit hamikdash magom lahasharat hashechina. That Hashem is commanding us that every Jew is supposed to build in himself or herself a place that is fit to host the glory of Hashem Shekhinah. וזהו שנאמר וביום הרם את המשכן לשון נסתר. This is why it says that the day that Mishkan was erected, וביום הרים את המשכן לשון נסתר is in a hidden way. ולא כתיב וביום הרים משה את המשכן. It doesn't say who put it together. Obviously Moshe Rabbeinu completed it, right? It says the day that Mishkan was built and was put together. So from this fact we learn דגי על כל יחיד הבונה את משכנו הפרטי. That every individual has the ability to build his own temple, his own Beit HaMikdash, the holy site that has the potential hosting Shekhinah. وبيوم هقيمة המשכן, כיסא הענן את המשכן, on the day that Mishkan was erected, the clouds of glory surrounded Mishkan. כאשר יהודי מקים את משכנתו, מיד מקים עליו ניסיונות בחיי ענן המורה על הסתר וחשכות. That immediately after a Jew builds his Mishkan, there are certain ananei kavod that comes, there's certain glory of Hashem that comes and surrounds. Right? ובערב יהיה על המשכן כמראה אש. And as we know that the Pasuk tells us, in the evening, the clouds would leave and pillars of ash would replace the clouds. Erev, who's the man, hitkaberut v'chomriot v'ta'avot shehayeser hara. Evening is referring to the time of the day that there is the majority of ego, the majority of physical pleasures. It starts right after we go into the night and the evening time. Ta'avot, other desires of the Yetzer Hara. That evil inclination is very active during the first hours of night. That's why they said most of the crimes happen during the first hours of night. Bo'er bo kemare esh, and it comes and it consumes like fire. So Yetzer Hara, evil inclination, is compared to ash. ועל יהודי לדעת שכל זה הוא ניסיונות החיים. So Hashem is mentioning to us, Hashem is giving us a hint, He's hinting to us that this is the way of the world. That at certain times we host Shekhinah, that is like the cloud, the cloud of glory, and there are certain times that the cloud of glory is not present, you can't feel it. The Yetzer Hara is active, Yetzer Hara, that is Aish, and these are all tests that come in our lives. כמרומז בהמשך הפסוק, as this is hinted to in the remaining of the pasuk, כן יהיה תמיד הענן, that this was the norm way that the clouds covered umare esh laila, that clouds were present by the Mishkan during the day and fire during the night. שכן הוא הסדר תמיד בכל ימי חייו של יהודי. This is the regular way of in every Jewish life that happens to him. שעבור תמיד ניסיונות של הסתר ושל אש היצר. That there's always this nisyonot, the test that Hashem is hidden. Even at night, that there is a pillar of ash, right? That appears that Hashem is not there, Hashem is there. Hashem is watching you. Hashem watched all the Bnei Israel, day and night during the 40 years of their journey. But those times that we don't feel Him, that's the test. That's the Hester Panim. And there is another test that we come to understand, that the Yetzer Hara is coming to put us in test, temptations, desires, evil inclinations and all that. ולפי העלות הענן מעל האוהל ואחר כן ייסעו בני ישראל. And when the Anan goes the clouds leaves. Velifnei ha'alot ha'anan no. So when the clouds present, then that's the time that Jews need to leave. They need to go to the other places. Sheyehudi yada shekol elu hanisyonot molichim oto li'grat hatov. That a Jew would recognize these are all the tests, and that these tests push you towards growth and having more spiritual gain. So these are all tests. Shekasher tistalech hachashchut, that when you leave the darkness, be'et ha'alot ha'anan, in the time that clouds come, acharaken yis'u b'nei Israel. That's when you could go to different stage. You could leave. You leave that place. From one machane you go to another. From one location you go to another location. You leave the location A and you go to the location B. That's how a Jew can elevate himself to the different madragot, different levels in life. When you resist against the Yisahara, which is at night, then in the morning of that resistance, you get the ability of cloud, and the next cloud that helps you to move on in life. That you could go from one level to another level, growth. After darkness, there is a big light. That as our sages of blessed memory teach us in Avot, Perek He, chapter 5 of the Avot, Asara Nisyonot Nistena Avraham Avinu V'amad Bekulan, that there were 10 tests that Avraham Avinu was put through and he was successful. He defeated all those tests. Shalachol Hashkochato Hashkolatav Umadrakotav Hagia Avraham Avinu Al Yedeh Hanisyonot Shavro Alav, that Abraham became Abraham by going through these 10 tests. These 10 tests prepared him to become a greater person. V'chen eta b'midrash. Also, it is mentioned in the midrash, right? Afal pi nasa et Abraham mevia Avodazara macharken. No, Avodazara mavia. No, macharken. Avodazara macharken. Natata leir'echa nes leitnoses. Nes ben lashon nisayon. Nisayon achan nisayon. Shehem overim tamid nisyonot. V'chen nes hu milashon gedola. Kenes haya shel sefina shehu gavua meod v'nir'eh lemirchok bishvil linsoten ulegdalen ba'olam שכדי לעלות למדרגות העליונות הרי הם צריכים לעבור הניסיונות. So if I understand correctly, it's referring to Avraham Avinu. That Avraham Avinu had the test of Avodah Zarah. Right? He had the test of worshipping idols, but he defeated them. Right? And every test that helped him to grow and have a better growth in spirituality. Right? So much so that it is compared to a big sheep, and this big sheep is very big, and is seen from it's seen from far away. That is a small thing in the sea, but when you get to it, you see there is so much to it. So there is so much into the building that makes it the ability to float on the water. So too Avraham Avinu had all these tests that built him against all the nisyonot that he had. The nisyonot built him. וזאת מלמדת התורה בפרשה זו. This is what Torah teaches us in this passage, in this pasuk. שכן יהיה תמיד הענן יכנס ומראה אש לילה. That you need to feel that all the times you are surrounded by clouds, whether by clouds or whether with the clouds, or you have the mar'e esh at Laila. At night times you have the pillars of Esh. Zehu seder hachayim shel Yehudi. This is the order in life for every Jew. Hachayim aresufim nisayon acha nisayon. Life has tests after tests. Ach kol ze mevia lenateta le'echa neles leitnoses. This all brings you to the fear, not to see. Le'echa nes leitnoses, to see what test Hashem is putting you through. שלפי העלות הענן מעל המשכן, כאשר מסתלק החשך, ייסעו בני ישראל, ואז מתחיל הוא לנסוע ולעלות למדרגות גבוהות. That just like Jews, they had all these tests, and when the pillars of Esh would replace itself with Anan Akavod, then they would know with the Ananei on the top of the Mishkan that now is the time to go. So that was also, there are certain times in life that Hashem wants us to know that we need to pause, we need to defeat the Yisahara. After we defeat the Yisahara, that most of the time the Sahara comes in a way of yush, right, making us not excited about our progress, making us feel that as if we are not growing. But when we defeat that, then we get a boost. We get heavenly help that is compared to these clouds that come and help you throughout your journey. עוד מרמז בפרשה זו על דרך עבודת Hashem. Also, there is another mention in this parasha about the way that Hashem, the way to serve Hashem. והנה בחייו של יהודי יש זמנים מהירים ויש זמנים חשוכים. That there are times in the life of every Jew that he sees light. There is a light that helps him, but there are times that there is darkness. ועל יהודי לדעת החשכה כעורה הכל בהשגחה עליונה. But it is on us, on every Jew, to know, even at those painful times, the dangerous and the depressing times of darkness, Shekhinah and Hashgacha, divine intervention is still there and is watching over us. וגם בזמנים החשוכים יש ליהודי ייעוד ותפקד וסדר עבודה כמו בזמנים מאירים. And a Jew must continue his growth even in the dangerous times, the times of hardship, just like the times that things seem to be all right and the things have the blessings of the light. וכאשר כיסא הענן למשכן שהקדוש ברוך הוא מכסה עליו בהסתר וחשכות הדרך אז לעמוד על משמרתו לעבור להשם יתברך מתוך הסתר והשכות אך לא ללכת קדימה. Even times that there are darkness, there are hardship and it's depressing, even in those times we are supposed to overcome the Yisahara, we need to defeat it, but perhaps we cannot go further, but we need to be resistant and we need to be strong, that after that we will have many opportunities of growth and closeness to Hashem. Right? As the Pasuk teaches us, והזכיר בחושך הולך. in Kohelet, that one who he has skill, one who focuses. If I understand correctly, one who focuses on darkness, then he can find his way. He can be holech. He can go through it. So you just have to pay attention to see. You could find the root of success. You could find how to even secure yourself in the times of danger. Hezkiel rose gam becheshech leiyot holech. Ach haemet shei efshar leiyot holech becheshech. Ella az sarich rag lishmor shelo yipol. At nights, it's very hard to find your way if there is no light. Nowadays, we can't really understand this because we have the blessing of electricity. We have light bulbs and so forth. But in the older times, if you are in a place that is pitch dark, right, and you don't have any moon or stars, nothing, it's very difficult to go further. Like, if you find yourself in the cave, right, then there is no room, there is nothing there, right? You'll be lucky to watch yourself not falling down, right? So that's what it says over here. There are times that it's so dangerous, it's so dark, it's thick dark, there is no light there. You need to preserve yourself. You need to keep yourself away from the dangers. Hold on to the things that could secure you from evil inclination. After that, you could go further. You could go wider. You could rescue yourself. But those times, just hold on. With the Torah that we have, we need to hold on. בעת הענן מכסה ויהודי שרוי בהסתר וחשכות העיד והתפקד אז יחנו בני ישראל ולא ייסעו. That was when the Jews put up their tent and they did not leave. That refers to certain times in life that you need to stand still, hold on to what you have till you get the opportunity to go further. שיקבל את ההנהגה העליונה השם יתברך רוצה ממנו עתה שעבדנו מתוך הסתר פנים. That is exact will of Hashem, Almighty Hashem. He wants you to hold on to what you have and find Hashem in hidden and click to Him, right, in the times of hardship. וכל הכתוב ובערך הענן על המשכן ימים רבים ושמרו בני ישראל את משמרת השם ולא ייסעו בעת יערך הענן אז רג ושמרו את משמרת השם ישמור על הקפיד הקדוש ברוך הוא דורש ממנו עתה לעבודו מתוך חשכות. That Hashem wants from you, what is required from you is to hold on to where the level of spirituality you are, in what level you are, just hold on to it, right? Hold on to it, keep it, find Hashem in hidden, and then Hashem will give you opportunities to move on and to leave that dangerous site. Ella lo yis'u she'en ze zaman lalechet u'la'alot. There are certain times in life that Hashem is not requiring. This is a very good message. If you see that there are times in life that is hard for you to move on in life, to get closer to your goals, don't worry. Maybe that's what it's meant to be. Maybe that's the prerequisite to growth. Maybe that's the prerequisite to go to a higher level. ולפי העלות הענן מעל האוהל ואחר כן ייסעו. And after the clouds come, then Hashem will signal to you to leave, to move on in life. כהשם מסתלק הענן השם והשם יתברך מאיר לו שוב אז הזמן לנסוע וללכת כמה שיותר ולהטעות במדרגה למדרגה. There are many times in one's life that one level to another level we grow. על פי השם יחנו So going back to this explanation, all the lessons of Torah are eternal, and Hashem is teaching us how to face difficult moments in life. Al pi Hashem yichanu al pi Hashem yisau hakol hu behanhaga elyona. Everything is through divine prevention, right? And Hashem is in charge, intervention, divine intervention, right? ויש הקדוש ברוך הוא רוצה ליעבדוהו מתוך חושך, ויש שהוא רוצה שיעבדוהו מתוך אור. There are certain people that Hashem wants them to serve Him through darkness, which is through their tests of evil inclinations and in darkness and difficult times, and there are those that Hashem wants them to overcome the tests when they have light in their life, less hardship, less test of spiritual test. וגם בעת שחסה הנן על כל שכיסה הנן על כל מסיעותו ידע יהודי שאין זה מעליו אלא הקדוש ברוך הוא מנהיג זאת שתובעים ממנו עתה מן השמיים עבודה כזאת מתוך כיסוי הענן. That even in the times of light, right, a Yehudi needs to know this is what Hashem wants him to do, right, and this is what Hashem wants him to deal with. So hard time, easy times, everything is Hashem's. וכן מסינו עניין זה במה שאמר קודם קבלת התורה. This topic, we find it before the acceptance of the Torah. Hine anochi, the pasuk over there says in Shemot Yutet, Hine anochi ba alecha be'av hanan, that behold, I will come to you in clouds, be'avor yishma ha'am, in order that population, people would hear me. Bidvarai imach, and I will talk within you. Ki az haya zeman giluim ailyonim beyoter shel kabbalat Torah. It was then that Hashem revealed Himself through the giving of the Torah. Verosa Kadosh Baruch Hu legalot gam bizman shei achoshech bet hanan. And also Hashem desires to reveal Himself in the times that there is, Shei Choshech Ba'av Hanan, that there is darkness. There is darkness in the cloud. Yachol Yehudi la'asot et lashon Hashem. Even in those difficult times, the times of darkness, a Jew could accomplish and do what Hashem desires him to do, the will of Hashem. Vezehu pirush hine anochi ba lecha. This is the explanation on the pasuk that, behold, now I come to you, be'av hanan, in the clouds, be'avor yishma ha'am bedivrei imach, that people would listen to me, would listen my words. She'it u kelal Israel shegam be'av hanan davur imach, that the Jews should know, even in thick darkness, right, where there is no light, I can talk to you, that I am there with you. Gam az ani medaber elecha beqarov elecha, that when there is no light, there is thick darkness, then I will talk to you and I will get close to you. Velo yechashevo shebizman hester hakadosh baruch hu merachek. Don't think that when there is the feeling that Hashem is hidden, Hashem is distant from you. No, Hashem is right there. וכמאמר מרן אדמו"ר ומשה ניגש אל הערפל אשר שם האלוקים שיש 3 דרגות של חשכות. That over there, this Rav says, when Moshe Rabbeinu Moshe nigash el harafel asher sham elokim, that from here we learn that there are 3 levels of darkness: choshech, anan, v'arafel. Choshech, anan, v'arafel. Darkness, Anan, fog, Varafel. So darkness, fog and Varafel. What is Arafel? Heavy darkness, thick darkness, right? V'kashya mikulam, v'kasha, no, v'kashe mikulam, and the hardest among all of them is Arafel. That's the thick darkness, pitch darkness, pitch dark. Sheu chashecha me'uva. It's thick darkness, right? Umoshe gila lekelal Israel asher sham ha'elokim. And Moshe revealed to all the Jews that Hashem was present even where there were thick darkness. Sha'elokim nimsa gam betoch harafel, that Hashem is found even in pitch darkness. שהקדוש ברוך הוא תובע מיהודי שיעבוד אותו בתוך הערפל, אך גם אז הוא קרוב אליו. That Hashem requires a Jew to serve him even in those hard times, right? And Hashem will, that's what desired. כדמה כתיב, as the pasuk says, Hashem עמל לשכון בערפל. וזהו דרך עבודת השם הנלמדת מפרשה זו. הלמדת, that this is the way that Hashem wants to teach us from this parasha. שכל יהודי לדעת, that every Jew should be aware and should come to understand. בכל הזמנים מהו ייעודו ומהו תפקידו. Right? What he should be aware of and what his purpose of life is. Uma Hashem Elokecha shoel meimach, and what Hashem, your Creator, wants from you. Beshazu, that even in hard, dark times in life, where there is difficulty and depression, Hashem wants you to find Him in hidden. Baruch Adonai Le'olam, Amen.